Hello, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, and this is how I survived being bought by the most foul and disgusting company ever, Disney. A year ago, I released a fire movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and it beat out Mufasa, because that movie is garbage. But that upset Amy, which was a bad idea, because she was a Disney fan. She would threaten to beat me up, and I took that threat to heart because she's so strong that she would beat like 1 trillion Metal Sonics. She had the strength of 2 trillion men, and that was an understatement. That was just in her base form. I was not going to let Amy hit me, because if I did, I would get splattered into a blood puddle. Another thing is that Maria used to watch Disney with Shadow, and Shadow would take Disney's reputation to heart too. And I don't want to mess with Shadow even less, because everyone knows that Shadow is a Giga Chad and the best Sonic character. So with Amy and Shadow threatening to beat me up, I knew I had to go and apologize to Disney. I would then go to Disney offices. There I would see Mickey Mouse in the CEO chair. Mickey Mouse would then turn to me and say, "Hey you! You're Sonic! You're the one who beat up my shitty Lion movie!" I would then say to Mickey, "Yeah, my friends told me to apologize to you." And then Mickey said, "I don't take apologies!" He would then say that the only way he would ever forgive me was that I would watch all his crappy movies and then sign an agreement for some of my games to be owned by Disney. I would then sign the agreement. What's the worst that could go wrong? Little did I know, this would be a grave mistake, as Mickey scummed me into a fine print where would be secretly all my games and my movies that are way better than Disney's shitty movies. Mickey would then laugh and then send me to go watch his shitty movies. I was suffering as I watched the horrible movies flash across my eyes. But, I'm the fastest thing alive, so I got through them quickly. I would then come back to my horror to see Mickey impressively take down the Giga Chad himself, Shadow, and the overpowered goddess herself, Amy. I was scared as hell. I was like, "Mickey, how did you do this? And why did you do this? They're my friends." Mickey would then turn to me. "Ha ha ha! Silly hedgehog! I own your games now! I'm gonna turn your franchise into trash. I've destroyed hundreds of franchises, and now I'm going to destroy yours next." I would then sit on the ground crying as Mickey would get ready to own me and make me into one of his shitty movies. But I wasn't going to let Mickey keep me down. I was running for my life. Mickey would then scream, "Get him!" in which he would send his shitty films, Snow White, Mufasa, The Lion King, and all the shitty Disney remakes. Mulan, all of it. They were all after me. I was screaming for my life, running through loops and spin dashing through holes, just trying to get away from them. I knew if they could take down Amy with her super overpowered muscular build, and Shadow, as he was a god himself, I knew I had no chance. I needed to find the Chaos Emerald. There I would find Tails in his room with the Chaos Emeralds. He would look weak, asking for help. He would cry, saying that Disney is slowly turning him into a shitty live-action remake film that nobody likes. The movie was terrible. Tails would then turn into a design worse than ugly movie Sonic. And then Mickey Mouse busts through the door. Luckily, before he could catch me, I took the Chaos Emerald from Tails. Oh, you disgusting hedgehog! Nobody escapes me, Mickey Mouse. I am the richest entity in the world. I could own your entire family. Mickey would run at me, but before he could get me, I turned super. Mickey would then be surprised as I then blasted him with 100 combos, using my super speed to take down him and all of his shitty movies. I would then fly across so fast that the paper agreement burned in the wind from my extremely fast speed. Mickey would then cry and say, "No! My money! My money! I'm melting!" Before he would explode into a puddle of goop. I would then see Tails recover. And Amy and Shadow would recover too. Knuckles would walk in and say, "What's happening, guys?" I couldn't see it because I don't chuckle. And then I would laugh. Me and my friends would then go out for some ice cream. But secretly, I would keep these memories in my head forever. Those memories would haunt me for the rest of my life. The only thing I can say from this is, never trust Disney.